All right, today I found out about this a couple of days ago, but it turns out Abbott's issued Department of Public Safety, the Texas Department of Public Safety, to take control over Shelby Park, which is this park on the Rio Grande, and it interferes with the migrant control. And the reason for this is because it's where the razor wire was removed, because the park is right on the river, and in that river, that razor wire barricade was placed on there. Okay, and it's done in the name of Abbott's Declaration Disaster Order. Okay, he's using that to permit himself to do this. Okay, first, there's still no proof of a disaster being done over there. You know, again, there's no invasion. There's no messed up farmlands. There's no slaughtered cattle. There's no burnt barns. There's no invaded homes. And there isn't even reports of a dead dog being done by these migrants, you know? So there's still no proof of this disaster, okay? Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, the guy underneath my governor, my worthless governor, claims it's because the razor wire barricade is removed. It's his own, by his own words, okay? By his own words. The feds are ignoring other court rulings that have sided with the states. Well, that's not the problem, okay? The problem is those wire barricades, those razor wire barricades, you know, was causing problems, was causing injuries, even a death, a drowning. And to top it all off, it still wasn't stopping the migration crossings. So, you know, that's not the thing. Here's the point, though. Interference is still interference. The interference needs to be looked into, and if it's as life-endangering as the inappropriate transportation of migrants to sanctuary cities, Abbott and his administration needs to be arrested. Plain and simple. They're committing crimes, and they're using different laws as an excuse for it. Because it's a constitutional right to stop the migration. Yeah, but not in the way that you're doing it. Not in the life-endangering way that you're doing it. Okay? None of them have been processed. We have no clue as to whether any of them have COVID or any other kind of diseases, because no paperwork or medical checkups has been issued to anybody in the city. To top it all off, the sanctuary cities have violent crimes and stuff being committed amongst the migrants that they're trying to rescue and recover and rescue. And it turns out some of them have warrants to them. Some of them are repeat offenders on both countries, on the other south of the border and here in the U.S. That's life endangering. Okay? Nobody in the sanctuary cities know this. Texas does, as sure as they're claiming them and grouping them in and then busing them and flying them over to sanctuary cities. But they're not sharing that information. Ergo, what my governor and his administration is doing is not only very inappropriate, it is life endangering. Okay? So for the government and Biden, here's where the title, Biden needs to grow some more balls. That's the reason why, that's the name of the reason why I'm titling this. Biden needs to use his balls, okay? Plain and simple. If you got a politician that's underneath the presidency and the administration, a state politician and his administration doing this kind of crookedness, doing this type of life-endangering acts to the American people, dude, arrest that politician. Plain and simple. You know, why does it have to be a Watergate scandal, and only a Watergate scandal, to force a president or politician of any sort to face legal problems? You know? Why does it have to be a foul arms trade in order for a general later on turned to a politician, later on turned into a spokesperson like Oliver North, to have to go to have a court hearing and be arrested and had to, you know, go through the trials and face a legal punishment, a legal sentencing of some sort. You know, why does it have to go as far as only arms trades? Inappropriate arms trades in order to have some kind of legal problem, to have justice being served. You know, what more do you need, man? You got people getting cut up. You got people getting killed. You got people drowning. You know, and then you got this abuse of power through Operation Lone Star, not just the Declaration of Disaster Order, but Operation Lone Star, where American citizens are being arrested in the name of border protection, 250 miles or so, 250 miles plus inside the state, 250 miles away from the border. You see what I'm saying? American citizens Texans are being arrested under false claims. You know, what more do you want? What more do you want? Biden, grow some balls, man. Grow some balls. Press charges on him. Have him face trial and sentencing. Because you know some of that stuff, everything that they're doing right now is a sentence offense. It is an offense, a punishable offense in some form or another. You know, it could be an attack on his wallet. You know, it could be a punishment on his wallet. It could be a punishment on his job. It can be as far as punishment with jail sentencing. Life endangerment. I mean, what more do you want, dude? You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm still going to vote for the guy because there's still no other politician that's stepping up trying to tackle these problems. You know, and nobody's doing anything. They're like, oh, Biden isn't doing anything worth a damn. Yeah, but anybody that you're supporting right now isn't doing anything at all. And that's a huge difference. Okay? Huge difference. Not doing anything is better than doing something bad. I have to disagree. There would have been more migrant killings in this particular subject. There would have been more migrant killings if nobody did nothing. There was and the proof of that is when Trump was in office and he had the walls barricaded. There are people fenced in underneath bridges and stuff that were subjected to hypothermia when the cold came in. There were people dehydrating. Kennedy County here in Texas received $750,000 just to scoop up the dead bodies that made it across the border but dehydrated and died of starvation and dehydration in his county. He was awarded that. Kennedy County was awarded $750,000 in 1 year just to bury dead bodies and not even have an autopsy done to see as to whether or not it was actual dehydration or murder. We don't know. And that's just one county. There's Kinney County, Maverick County, Uvalde County. Now, Uvalde County is being overshadowed by that 18-year-old who turned 18, got AR-15, and as soon as it got shipped to his house, he shot up some places, including an elementary school. Okay, now it's being overshadowed by that, and the only connection to migration is that he was a Mexican of a Mexican family in Mexico, but born in North Dakota. Okay, became a resident here in Texas, where most of the family that crossed over resided, and shot up an elementary school. And then, like, his cousin or somebody here in San Antonio said he wants to shoot up a school no differently, so he gets arrested. His girlfriend says that she should shoot somebody, and she gets arrested, you know. And I don't think she was the migrant, but she had the same stupid mentality, okay? Now, all that aside, you got Uvalde County getting a check, $600,000 and all this good stuff from my governor, who's suing the government, bringing in $1 billion and spreading the cheer around to everybody that's on his side, that's hating migrants, obstructing migrant crossings, putting up razor wire. And for the record, that razor wire only costed tens of millions of dollars, not $1 billion. So where did that money go? So we can also include fraud. You can also include fraud along with this life endangerment, but that's a financial crime that has to be settled, financially, of course, and a financial crimes, economic and money frauds and stuff. Okay, back to this subject with life endangerment of the migrants, which is life endangering to us Americans. Because they're stabbing, there's a fight, there's I forgot his name, but I mentioned it in the two previous, segments, where stabbing was done and a recording of a fire in one of the 10 cities was done. I can't find it right now, but crime is being done with that. And then if you go to YouTube, migrants and bikers fight. I think it's black youth fights migrants that try stealing bikes. And it's a whole video right there where they're just fighting a migrant family, that as soon as the cops come, they're crying victim, and they were more than likely illegals also, but I don't really know the full details. I just know that if you're and they were put there by Biden, not by Biden, but by Abbott, with part of the busing thing from as far back as 2022. Or 2021, excuse me. 2021. You got people, you got criminals. There was a repeat offender serial rapist that was arrested in Chicago. He had already been arrested here in Texas, in Austin, a couple of years before. I think as far back as 2019. Okay, and he got busted in 2021 also. So with Greg Abbott importing these so-called criminals, rapists, drug dealers, murderers, they're coming and then saying, it's Biden's fault. Well, Biden isn't telling them to transport the murderers and the rapists and all that. Biden has holding facilities down here where they get processed, background checked, quarantined if they're sick. Biden has that over here, and my governor's obstructing it. And I'm saying this again and again and again. I know you've heard this already. Especially if you've been paying attention to my show, the small number that is subscribed, and the few that is not, but it still comes over to listen to me. But I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again and again and again, guys. Biden, you need to grow a pair of balls, man. You need to press charges on Biden right now, because if a delivery guy with a GED as the only certifiable education, as proof of a certified education, can connect these dots, buddy, you got no excuse. You got no excuse. Press charges. Try and sentence him. Legally punish him for life endangerment. Life endangerment by the inappropriate uses of what he calls his rights. He may have some rights, sure. He may be doing a state governor's thing, but he is doing it all wrong. He is doing it inappropriate, and with more and more people getting injured, hurt, if not killed, he's doing it illegally. Plain and simple. I don't know how to get this word across. I hope you guys could either share the video or, open up your own podcast and start spreading the word. You don't have to repeat what I say word for word. In fact, I'm sure some of you who are not GED is the only proof of a certified education. You probably actually have some good legal terms, good legal words to actually use, I say go for it, spread that word, and let's try to keep pushing it until we can get it across the thick skulls up in Washington D.C. Alrighty. Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. Just thought I'd say that. Just let this out right now. I had to vent that out. Y'all take it easy. We'll see you next time. Keep on keeping on. This is Chris with Chris's Comments, signing out.